Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here. So I wanted to talk about The Walking Dead final season here. The show is coming back in 20 days from now. We got a new trailer here. I would say 80% of it is roughly like old footage or footage that we've seen before, but there's some shots that definitely are pretty new and are really exciting here. So I want to talk about those shots here and just sort of talk about the final season in general here, because 20 days away, like it's just around the corner. These next 20 days are going to fly by so fast. So obviously, before we go any further, if you do want to get all my reviews regarding The Walking Dead and all content like that, then make sure to be a subscriber. This show, man, the excitement I feel right now for the final season is crazy. And honestly, it's only really been like this. I've only really felt this way since Tales of the Walking Dead was over. Like, I already recorded my season or series review or whatever of Tales of the Walking Dead, and that should be up on the channel at some point this week. I mean, I have it just sort of privated right now. I could just sort of upload it whenever. So whenever I choose to upload it, I'll just kind of upload it. But I'm kind of happy to just honestly sort of put a bow on Tales of the Walking Dead and just be done with it. You know, the show definitely was, like I said in my review, it was underwhelming. There's definitely some potential there, but we only saw a little bit of that, right? There was a couple episodes that definitely show the potential. There's something that it can do here, but I just think overall as a series, I don't really know what they were thinking with some of the episodes. And now that it's over, you know, the next thing is The Walking Dead, and I'm so hyped here. I think these last episodes I think they're going to be a roller coaster. And honestly, I was talking with some people on the Discord the other day. We were kind of talking about The Walking Dead just sort of in general, and, you know, just about hype and how things have changed sort of, I guess, over the years. And I would say, you know, with The Walking Dead, you know, things started to really fall apart, obviously, after the cliffhanger, but things really picked up with season 9. And it was pretty dramatic with how much people really love The Walking Dead. You know, season 9 was such a phenomenal season, and it's really remarkable how great that season was when you go look back at it. When you look at all the episodes, every episode really, for the most part, really mattered. There was a point to it. There was only one episode that was, I guess, what you would consider filler, which was episode 7 of season 9. But again, I wouldn't even really consider that filler because we just did a big time jump. You kind of want to spend an episode just focusing on what the characters are up to, because we don't know what Carol and Daryl are up to, right? So we saw them in that episode sort of talking. It's been 6 years since Rick's disappearance, or I guess technically to them, his death. So it was kind of cool to see what they were up to, right? And that's why, you know, that season really held up a lot. And I think season 10 also was pretty good. I just think, you know, as soon as the world shut down and stuff, it really killed all momentum that The Walking Dead had going for it. And I also think some decisions in the second half of season 10 really hurt the season. Because, like, imagine if in season 10, the fight between Negan, Daryl, and Beta was like really epic instead of like a 20-second, not even like 10-second fight. Also, imagine if Gabriel died that season. Imagine if he got his iconic ladder death, right? Like from Beta. Like, there was so much that they could have done there at the end of season 10 to make that season honestly maybe even better than season 9. People would have been so hyped for that. And then you get the bonus episodes as well, you know, which were obviously, for the most part, pretty disappointing. And people were wondering why they were even out, kind of thing. And then season 11 with the Reaper arc just felt so awkward and weird the entire time. You know, there were some good parts with it, but like when you look back at it, it really just kind of feels off. It you know, there's a certain point there where when you're looking at the end of season 10 and that early part of season 11, things just kind of feel a little off. And honestly, things have only really sort of got back on track with the start of The Walking Dead season 11 part 2. Like with season 11B, things started to get more on track. It really did kind of feel like it. If you look at The Walking Dead overall in season 11, like season 11B really feels like what the start of a season would feel like after a war. You know, things were sort of calm, and then you get into some other conflicts, this and that. The Reaper arc in general, like all of season 11A, just feels like this really weird part of The Walking Dead. Like it feels so off. And I think, again, it killed a lot of momentum. I think with the world shutting down, with all of this stuff, it killed a lot of momentum for The Walking Dead. But these last 8 episodes here are going to be so different. These last 8 episodes, you're ending everything. The Commonwealth arc is actually coming to an end here, but there's going to be this transition from the CRM to Rick's survival and all that stuff there. And when The Walking Dead ends this year in November, in like a little over 2 months from now, Rick Grimes becomes the lead of the universe again. Because yes, there's going to be a Daryl spinoff and a Maggie and Negan spinoff, but you know, most people are excited for the Rick and Michonne spinoff. And again, Rick becomes the leader of the universe again. and everything, the main story of everything, combining all the universes, is led by him, which is so exciting. So that's kind of why, going into these next couple of weeks here, or I guess 2.5 weeks almost, it's kind of exciting because this is the last part. We're saying goodbye to this era of The Walking Dead that was, not led by Rick ever since he left. There's been some ups and downs, but I think they handled it really well. But we are saying goodbye to that. And now we're going into this new era here where he's becoming the lead again. There's this expanded universe, and it's kind of exciting to see where that's going to go. Like, I'm honestly very excited to see where The Walking Dead is going to go, because I think that there's so much they're able to do here, and I feel like they're going to be going all out here with these last episodes. I mean, they have this big event at the end of November. Like, there's going to be so much stuff happening. I mean, right now, they are sort of promoting The Walking Dead right now a lot, but I really feel like as soon as Tales of The Walking Dead ends this Sunday on cable, that's when they're going to be able to really start to promote The Walking Dead, at least in the last year or so. Like, The Walking Dead promotion teasers, and when things are just like, it's back, is when on Twitter, whenever you use the hashtag Walking Dead, you have that little emoji there. Like, as soon as you see that, you know that the promotion's like super strong. And honestly, like, it's kind of weird that we don't have that yet, just because like there's a lot of movies, a lot of like just shows and stuff that aren't even coming out for a while that already have theirs. So it's kind of weird that they're not doing it yet. I also would like to know, like, which emoji do you think they're going to use for that? Because, I would say Rick, but I don't think they will. Like, next year for the Rick show, I think they'll do that. I think for this, it's kind of hard to say. They used Rosita last time and Commonwealth Troop Armor, which was definitely fitting for that part of the season. For this part here, I wouldn't be surprised if they used Daryl, to be honest. Like, it's the last part here. I think they might want to go back to some of the first season connections. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually just went and used Daryl, because I don't know if they have used Daryl before, and because it is the last 8 episodes here, they actually might. Speaking of the last 8 episodes, we did get a trailer here, and a lot of the focus and a lot of the narrative here really is on, like, who do you want to be, like, the decisions you're going to make is going to affect everything. We actually do have some shots here. We actually have a shot of Negan, and obviously he has a wound here on his face. I don't know who he's talking to, but I just think this is an absolutely, like, badass shot of him. When I saw this here, I was wondering, like, wait, is that new? Because it seemed new, and yeah, I guess this actually was legit. It's from this newer trailer here, and it looks like he's in a building that's definitely run down. I think at this point here, he's probably taken in by the Commonwealth and being questioned here, and yeah, that's probably what I'm assuming here. Like, I don't think he's talking to Lance here. It's likely going to be Mercer or some other Commonwealth troop. Like, I really feel like a lot of the shots we're seeing here are going to be from the first 2 episodes here. Just because, like, the stuff that's happening later seems to really get intense. And I have some predictions for that. I've talked about them, like, some of them before. It's really hard to pinpoint where things are going to go once they get to the Commonwealth, because it seems like their overall goal here is to go back to the Commonwealth and save everyone, maybe reclaim Alexandria, or not maybe, that they want to reclaim Alexandria. So they want to sort of fight for their future, fight for their home that they've had for so many years here. And I think that's an awesome place to be in, honestly, for an overall story here. I think, looking back at season 11, I feel like the Reaper arc maybe shouldn't have happened because it sort of feels really unrelated. This is something that they probably should have done all season for all 24 episodes here. Just because, like, it kind of feels like things have been really rushed lately. I don't know if things are rushed or if we're just comparing it to the way The Walking Dead usually tells stories, which is, like, super slow, right? Because The Walking Dead can be very, very slow at telling stories, and lately they've been pretty fast, but I feel like if you compare it to other television shows that are kind of around now, it's basically the same pace. Like, I'm thinking of Cobra Kai, because I just finished that. Even House of the Dragon, like, man, that show was jumping forward in time like crazy, which obviously they have to, but yeah, like, as soon as they get to the Commonwealth, what is their plan? What are they going to do? And that's one of the things that I feel like, for me personally, it's really hard to sort of say what they're going to do, because I feel like once they get there, things are just going to get so intense that they can't really do much. We do have a shot here of Maggie, and I mean, there's nothing of significance here. I do think she has an outfit change here. Honestly, for me, like, when I see certain shots, I also wonder if, like, a shot like this is connected to her finding out that Rick's alive. Because in past trailers, they've shown footage in there from future episodes. Like, the part 2 trailer that we got last, January or February or whatever the hell it was, I think it was January, literally gave us footage from the very last episode, from episode 16, from, like, literally the last shots of part 2, which was insane. So you gotta wonder if a shot like this is actually, like, way later, episode 22 or 23, and she's reacting to finding out some news about Rick. right? Like there might actually be some shots in the trailer that are giving some of that stuff away because we don't know. Things are going to seem sort of unrelated to us right now, right? But I think we're going to obviously, like, once we're 3-4 episodes in, if we haven't seen certain shots, then things might make a little bit more sense based off of, you know, maybe other storylines. If we know Connie has found some information, but we still haven't seen that shot of Daryl holding Rick's gun, then it's like, oh, I guess he probably finds out by then. And so when he's holding his gun, he's just like sort of reflecting on stuff, right? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about those couple of new shots that we got there. I mean, like, season 11 is just right around the corner. It's honestly super close. And like I was saying about shots from like the last episodes here, there's a shot of Daryl on his bike. I literally wouldn't be surprised if this is the last shot of The Walking Dead, just the entire series. Like, this is how it ends here. You know, it's all peaceful, whatever, and we see Daryl sort of just ride off into the sunset sort of thing. He's going to go try find Rick, which we know how that's going to start, right? In a spinoff, he gets knocked out and wakes up in Europe. So, like, it's not good. Like, wherever he's going, definitely it's going to suck for him. And not only that, it's going to, like, really suck because Rick and Michonne aren't even over there. So he's, like, super far away now. And the one thing that I will say as well, that definitely would be a massive failure on The Walking Dead's part is if Daryl doesn't find out that Rick actually survived. Like, if he doesn't find out, but he's trying to find some clues of things, but then ends up in Europe, that's going to suck because it's time for our characters to find out. I mean, Judith found out so long ago now. Like, man, you know, and she's not saying anything, which obviously still pisses a lot of people off. If Daryl doesn't find anything out in these last 8 episodes here, that's going to really suck because then obviously in some way he ends up trying to go look for him or search for some clues, but he ends up somehow in Europe. And if it's just like a spinoff literally unrelated to the stuff going on with Rick, it's honestly going to be a big failure. But I don't think that's going to be the case because there seems to be a lot of tease here. There seems to be a pretty obvious connection with where they're going here. And I think it makes sense that you want to end The Walking Dead, like, you want to end it like that, like have a connection to Rick somehow if you can. You want to sort of wrap up some of those loose ends here. And if you're looking at The Walking Dead overall, there's a big loose end there. You know, there's like ignoring what we know with the spinoffs. If you just watch The Walking Dead on cable, you don't follow anything online, you're probably wondering, wait, Judith knows about her father. Why isn't she telling anyone yet? This is really annoying. Also, you're probably wondering, where the hell did Rick go? Like, you know, I want to know more about that. And so I think that's why you do need to actually touch on that here. So we'll see if they end up doing that. I'm pretty confident in it. But yeah, The Walking Dead returns in 20 days. I'm definitely very excited. So definitely post your predictions for the first 2 episodes here. Some thoughts on the new trailer here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.